Okay, I'm literally reaching for one of the magazines right now. And which magazine did I end up with? Well, the April 5th, 2021 First for Women magazine. And it's got so many different things on the cover. Let me just share with you this cover because we're probably only going to do half of this magazine tonight and half of it tomorrow. So it's Bye Bye Stress, proven the two words that stops the worry whirl. Goddess, Giada apostrophe S, Easter. I have no idea who she is, but that's what the thing says. So long tiredness, news overexposure to toxic light is making women sick and tired. The inexpensive antidote that also wards off COVID. Hi there, Bliss. Joint regret, GI woes, sadness, and heartburn. Better than a tummy tuck. Over 50 just can't lose. Aging cell walls can trap toxins and fat are to blame. Drop 16 pounds in 10 days. Good news. Surprise nutrient makes cell walls so porous that fat literally falls off. Are you too hard on yourself? See page 42. Fast, easy treats. Hello, Cash. Experts. Your junk could be worth $10,000. How to tell? Well, that's all on the cover. So if that doesn't make you want to buy this book, I don't know what else could. Now let's open up this beautiful book here, which they're starting Easter, since this is the April edition. So here we go. Bliss in every bite. Carrot cake. Nutty carrot cake. Nutty carrot layer cake is a must-have at my house for Easter. And it says every year, says Charles Grauski, the first associate food editor. And this elegant showstopper is an easy bake thanks to the jazzed up cake mix and a creamy orange infused canning frosting. To make, I prepare one 15.25 package of spice cake mix with 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, 1/3 cup of oil, 2 cups of grated carrots, and 1.5 cups chopped walnuts, and then bake per box directions for 2 round pans. Next, stir 1 pound of grated orange zest into a 1/16-ounce can of cream cheese frosting. I frost the cake, then decorate the blanched carrot ribbons. The moist cake with a tangy frosting is the perfect finish to our holiday meal. They have the cutest little thing here. It says 7 things making us happy that we just had to share with you. And this is on the feel good file. Crafting up smiles. Cute bunny cards. I was setting the dinner table for a post egg hunt picnic brunch, and my kids wanted to make a special festive token for each guest, says Patty Botonke, the first executive editor. So we quickly crafted these sweet bunny greeting cards using patterned stationery that I had on hand. To make each, we wrote a thoughtful message inside the card, slipped it into an envelope, and drew bunny eyes on a mouth, whiskers into the flap of the side of the envelope. To finish, we glued on a pom-pom nose and adorable paper ears. Aw, so cute. They have this beautiful bouquet. It's got Easter eggs, a little bit of green, and some, looks like some type of sort of primrose, I bet, in a Easter basket. Let's read. Just picked joy, dazzling on a dime. Colorful spring flowers are my absolute favorite. Last week I couldn't resist a pot of the pink primroses at the grocery store, says Lauren Bloom, the first associate editor. To make the pink plant really pop, I added it to a contrasting blue basket, then tucked in vines and decorated Easter eggs. So easy to arrange and so pretty. And then we have a genius find, which is a veggie lover's best friend. Salad side smoothies. I love sneaking veggies into most meals and snacks, says Melissa D'Agostini, the first senior editor. But I don't love all the washing and the peeling. The fun fix is that all-in-one carrot-shaped scrubber and peeler. It saves time and effort. The Fred Cook's peeler is $9 at the Amazon.com. It says, for I remember it is Easter morn, and the love and peace are all new born. And it's got these beautiful little, it looks like chickadees, and then they've got even some little eggs in there. I bet the eggs are false though. and it's just a perfect little Easter picture. It really is. They've got a phone-friendly snap and pick to share with a friend. To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow. And the author of that is Audrey Hepburn. Makeup we love. Longer lashes. When I'm getting ready for a virtual girls' night or Zoom happy hour, I like playing up my eyes. It's an easy pick-me-up, says Leanne Garofalo, the first associate editor. But the mascara thickens my lashes without adding length. The key to longer and lusher lashes, like Jennifer Nettles, is tubing mascaras. Instead of coating your lashes with pigment, they wrap the tubes like fibers around each lash, acting like the Lush lash extensions. One try from the NYX Doll Eye Mascara is $9 at Target.com. Okay, the next page. Smart solutions for you. Quick tips that help you look and feel great. Simple ways to regain your inner calm. When you feel yourself about to blow up, regain your feelings of a calm fast with this move. Gently touch the tips of your middle fingers and thumbs, allowing the rest of your hand to relax so that your fingers curl. Hold for 3 minutes, focusing on the position. Researchers report this remedy, called the Shuni Mudra, targets the acupuncture point at the tip of the middle fingers, calming the adrenal glands and reducing the production of the stress hormone. And here's a quick poll. What's the best way to corral earrings? Always misplacing your favorite stud earrings? We can relate. Readers share this clever way to keep them paired. 51% love this idea. Poke them into a wine cork, says Amy Wild. It'll hold them in place and make them easier to find. 49% love this idea. Hook them through the holes of a wristwatch band, says Julia Brown. This way you'll have all your favorite jewelry in one place. Here is a reader tip. Easy key to nix ink stains. The pens I stash in my purse kept getting crushed under my other belongings, causing them to bleed all over the inside of my handbag. Then my colleague suggested stowing them in a plastic toothbrush container. It helps my purse stay pristine, plus I no longer have to root around for the pen. Betty Wan in Chicago. Slim with a quick whiff. Wouldn't it be great to enjoy Easter feasting and still lose weight? You can. Researchers say the key is to inhale the scent of vanilla before eating. Study subjects who did this shed nearly 3 times as much weight as without feeling deprived. That's because vanilla ups serotonin, which acts as an appetite suppressant. Simply take a deep breath of vanilla before digging in and enjoy. Money saver, youthful lips for pennies. On a recent video call, you noticed your lips looking a little thin. Plump them up with a doting skin tone concealer all around borders of the lips, blending with a makeup sponge and applying lipstick. Conceal your blurs the outline of the lips so you can apply lipstick just above the lip lines for the illusion of a fuller, natural pout. Money saved $15 on lip plumping gloss. The show how. Threading knitting yarn through a binder clip help wards off the tangles. They take like one of these, I'm sure you've seen these office clips where that binds a bunch of papers together. Well, they put it on the edge of a bowl, put a bowl of yarn in the bowl, and then take that thread first, put it through that binder clip that's flipped up like a butterfly, and then they use it to thread their needle for using it for yarn. That's pretty awesome. Okay. Got another page here. Quick tips, the nutrition news that matters to you. Sweet ways to stay sharp. Good news for you chocolate lovers. The sweet treat is more than just a delicious dessert. The University of Illinois investigators say that it can keep your brain sharp. Subjects in their small study were given either raw cocoa, which is a rich antioxidant compound flavonols, or processed cocoa with fewer flavonols. 2 hours later, those who consumed raw cocoa performed better on problem-solving tests. The researchers say the flavonols improve the flow of oxygen to the brain, which nourishes brain cells to improve the memory and recall. The study proven dose is 1 ounce of 85% or higher cacao chocolate, or 2 pounds of unprocessed or raw cocoa mixed with a warm or cold drink daily. Lower your stroke risk at dinner. Now, reducing the risk of a stroke is easy as savoring chicken parmesan or grilled pork chops for dinner, suggest investigators in the journal Neurology. The researchers analyzed previous studies that included more than 15,000 participants and found that folks with higher levels of histidine, an amino acid found in protein sources like meat, dairy, eggs, and whole grains, had a notably lower risk of the ischemic stroke, the most common type of stroke caused by a blood clot in the brain. The study authors credit histidine with reducing blood pressure and inflammation in the brain, both major risk factors for stroke. Sipping a mug of this daily protects against COVID. Now, a mug of green tea may prevent you from getting COVID-19, suggests the research out in North Carolina State University. In a laboratory study, researchers found that antioxidants and flavonols in green tea attach to the enzyme in SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID, and prevent it from replicating. Their assertion: when the virus can't replicate, it can't take hold in your body and it can't make you sick. Natural sugar extract nixes muscle soreness. So say researchers in the Journal of International Society for Sports Nutrition. Folks who did not frequently exercise took 1,500 of D-Ribose, a sugar supplement, 1 hour before working out, then every 12 hours each one day, and they were up to 45% less sore than those who did a supplement. D-Ribose energizes cells so they can quickly repair the muscle damage from exercise. One to try? Life Extension D-Ribose tablets at lifeextension.com FFW. 85% is how many people plan to spend at least $50 on Easter candy this year. Their source is Retail Me Not. Simple soup seeds for slimming. Spooning up a hearty bean and veggie soup will help you drop unwanted pounds. That's the word from the researchers reporting in JAMA Network Open, who found that folks on a plant-based diet rich in fresh produce, whole grains, and legumes shed an average of 14 pounds in 16 weeks without changing any other aspects of their lifestyle. The reason? Plant-based diets are rich in fiber, which help you stay fuller longer to reduce overall food intake. What's more, past research has found that eliminating just one meat-based meal a day in favor of a plant-based option can improve your overall health and aid in weight loss. Okay. Bounce back to healthy. Natural strategies that help you feel better fast. This is the Feel Great update in the health section. Did you know that zinc protects your lungs? Ideally, you want your immune system to attack and destroy invading viruses without damaging you. And zinc can help. This mineral energizes germ-killing white blood cells, but it also keeps them calm and organized, so they destroy invading germs without releasing a flood of tissue-damaging proteins called cytokines, which no wonder Spanish researchers have found that taking 50 milligrams of zinc daily for 1 week can shorten the duration and severity of an illness, even COVID-19, by as much as 42%. Porch time, sitting on the porch now, bolsters your immunity. At last, winter is over, but you're feeling under the weather. Spending 30 minutes outdoors daily, either all at once or in smaller chunks, can cut symptom severity in half, plus trim 4 days off of recovery time, British researchers say. Immunologist Jan Martel, the MD, explains that daily exposure to fresh air and sunlight, even in the Marcher's weak UV rays, tamps down your body production of immunity-suppressing stress hormone called cortisol. Tea halts viral spread. Can't shake a cold? Sipping 4 mugs of sugar-free black, green, or oolong tea daily can cut symptoms by 32%, speed recovery time by 35%, and reduce the risk of complications like sinus infections and bronchitis as much as 75%. University of Wisconsin researchers say plant compounds in the brew, EGCG, and the theraphins block the growth and spread of viruses. Plus, they tamp down the symptoms, triggering the inflammation. There's more good news. A study in the journal Medicine reveals these compounds hinder the growth of the virus that causes COVID-19. Lazy stretches deepen your sleep. Your body makes germ-killing antibodies while you sleep. So rest cuts recovery time by 55%. But it's hard to sleep when you're sick and sore. Thankfully, the University of Connecticut scientists say 10% of gentle bed stretches can cut aches by 35%, doubling your ability to sleep deeply after getting in bed. Make circles with your wrists and ankles and scrunch and relax your shoulders or pull your knees toward your chest. Now the oregano gargles. This will end your throat pain. Gargling 3 times a day with oregano brew ends your throat scratchiness and pain within 48 hours. From almost 100% of women studied, Canadian researchers say. Critic compounds is the oregano leaves, which has thymol and caravaceol, and that reduces the tissue swelling, speeds up the healing of mucous membranes, and blocks the growth of invading viruses and bacteria. To do this, steep 2 teaspoons of dried oregano in 1 cup of boiling water for 5 minutes. Strain, shake gently before using, and store leftovers in the fridge. Now, bathtub facials heal your sinuses. Targeting your sinuses while relaxing in a bath by draping a hot, wet cloth across your eyes, cheeks, and nose nixes sinus pains, cuts your congestion down by 55% in 5 minutes, and trims 4 days off your recovery time if you do it once daily. The University of Pittsburgh researchers say. Jordan S. Jofferson, the MD, author of Sinus Relief Now, explains that the moist heat calms the pain in the nerves in the sinus cavities, opens and drains the sinuses, and boosts the flow of immune cells to the infected mucous membranes. Next page. Okay. Well, that's not that one. Go on, go on. Okay, quick bits. We like those quick bits, don't we? The health news that matters to you. This is the gentle way to keep your heart healthy. Exercise has been long touted as the best medicine for a healthy heart. Now, the good news is you don't even have to break a sweat. Researchers at Italy's University in Milan had volunteers stretch their legs for over 12 weeks. The result, a 30% boost in circulation, a 25% in drop of artery stiffness, plus it lowered their blood pressure. The study author explains that stretching triggers blood vessels to release a compound that helps them dilate the better blood flow, and effects last even after your stretching session is over. Surprise perk for hormone therapy. Now, the hormone replacement therapy, which many women during menopause may offer more than relief from hot flashes, say researchers in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease. Their animal study found the estrogen replacement protected nerve cells that became damaged with Alzheimer's disease. Researchers say that they would believe that they would get the same benefit, which is more important than 2/3 of the Alzheimer's patients are women. And some experts suspect that the loss of estrogen might be the factor leading to a decline in their thinking skills. Good news about masks. They don't impede your ability to get enough oxygen, says researchers at Canada's University of Saskatchewan. The scientists tested blood and muscle oxygen levels of both masked and unmasked cyclists and found that the face covering had minimal impact on the amount of oxygen absorbed by their bodies, even during vigorous exercise. Study author Philip Chillibeck, PhD, says research shows that wearing masks under normal circumstances has no detrimental effect on the oxygen uptake. Larger legs are linked to 61% lower risk of hypertension. Pear-shaped women rejoice. A study of Rutgers University in New Jersey found participants with plus-size legs were 61% less likely to have high blood pressure. Even after ruling out other key factors like the likelihood of hypertension was lower in folks with more leg fat tissue than those with less, study authors suspect that fat legs may have likely to seep into the bloodstream than dangerous abdominal fat, leading to lower triglycerides and healthier blood vessels and blood pressure. 93% is the number of people who say that regular naps help them be more productive, says the source Mattress Nerd. Found the fast fix for for foot odor. If someone you love has smelly feet, here's a new way to deal with the problem. Special socks. Scientists ask naval cadets who are on their feet all day to wear the socks coated in the zinc oxide nanoparticles, which are $10 at thesockhouse.com, and go about their daily life. Volunteers with the zinc-coated socks had significantly less foot odor compared to those uncoated sock group who not only had stinky feet, but they were more likely to develop bacterial infections on their soles. Zinc oxide is a naturally occurring antibacterial mineral used in many deodorants, and soothing its anti-inflammatory quality is a bonus for those with sensitive skin issues like eczema. Okay, this is a good one for me. Break free from your inner critic. And this one is on the Insight portion of the magazine. And it says, Stress SOS. Our brain automatically creates stories to process our life experiences. But if those subconscious narratives are negative, they can dial up worry, fear, and self-doubt. The good news, experts say that it's easy to rewrite your inner script to feel more confident and hopeful within minutes. You're enjoying a walk in a park on a beautiful spring day when an older couple strolls by holding hands. Touched by the way they look at each other, you smile to feel your expression quickly fade. That will never be me, you think. After a difficult divorce, you're convinced yourself you're not meant, quote unquote, to find love. But this story is just that, a false narrative that threatens to, quote, write off, end quote, your future joy. We are born storytellers, declares Robin Fudish, the PhD, author of Family Narratives and the Development of an Autobiographical Self. The combination of facts and context that create the scripts we tell ourselves is called our, quote, narrative identity, end quote. Trouble is, when that subconscious autobiography is distorted by self-criticism, our stress increases and our confidence wanes. What's more, larger cultural stories can influence our personal narrative, says Elizabeth Lesser, an author of When Cassandra Speaks. A lot of older stories, from Greek myths to fairy tales, still cling to us, she says. Women are often punished for having a voice while men go on a hero's journey. The solution, by simply asking, is this really true, when we have a negative belief about ourselves? We can challenge that story, make us feel like we're not good enough, says Fubish. Read on to find more ways to quickly edit out, quote unquote, those untruths and melt stress and start each chapter with joy. Do you believe that you are unworthy? Quiet your critical narrator. After years of volunteering at an animal shelter, you've been asked to plan a fundraiser, but you're sure it will expose you as incompetent. One of the biggest fictions women tell themselves is that they are, quote unquote, a fraud. In fact, this story has a title, Imposter Syndrome, says Lesser. So many cultural narratives have eroded our belief in ourselves. When you feel unworthy, remind yourself that you are in great company. My favorite thing to do is, and this has worked for me, is to check out how many other women deal with imposter syndrome, says Lesser. Even after writing 12 books, Maya Angelou still struggled with it. The idea that you can get rid of it completely only makes you feel like a failure when self-doubt starts to creep in, she says. Instead, tell your critical inner narrator, oh, there you go again, that's okay, I'm going to get it to work anyway. Another way to revise your script, I write lists of greatest books ever written, not by men but by women. It reminds me that we can be the heroes we look to. You dread what's next. Look to your future, quote unquote, she. In the wake of a layoff, you're anxious about your future, and in every good story, the hero faces a challenge and we root for them to grow, says Kim Schneiderman, author of Step Out of Your Story. Yet we rarely apply that lens to our lives, downplaying our growth while overestimating obstacles. To take your story in a new direction, think of it as a novel. Jot down 8 to 10 sentences summarizing your current chapter and give it a title like, quote, New Start, says Schneiderman. Then look ahead to the rest of your story. What do you want your life to look like? Rather than answer in the first person, start with she. This lets you be more compassionate with yourself. You might write, she finally makes more time for herself. Picturing your future helps you see each chapter as a part of a larger narrative. No single sentence or no single setback defines you because you are constantly writing your story. Feel invisible. Rediscover your purpose. A recent empty nester, you're lonely and you feel a bit invisible at times. When we don't feel seen, we can lose sight of our narrative identity, says Daniel Amen, the MD author of Your Brain is Always Listening, but discovering the purpose of quote-unquote the plot of your story makes you feel happier and more connected. Boost your sense of self by jotting down 5 questions, urges Dr. Almond. Start with the no-brainer. What's my name? It sounds simple, but writing it instantly grounds you. Next, what do I love to do? Instead of a job, answer it in terms of how you make people feel. If you're a teacher, you might write down that your kids help. If you're a teacher, you might write down that you help kids feel confident. Then ask, whom do I do it for? What do they need from me? And finally, how do they change as a result of what I do? It's telling the 3 of these questions are all about others, says Dr. Almond. When your story shifts outward, you're able to see the impact on the world. This writing exercise eases loneliness by connecting you to people and your purpose. Are you reeling from regret? Uncover redemption. As you look back on your unfolding story, you start to regret a few paths not taken. If you think of them as self-fulfilling prophecies, I'll never succeed, I won't find love, they can contaminate your future, explains Fuvish. But if you're able to look back and find silver linings, they become redemptive narratives, boosting your confidence and restoring your faith in yourself. Relegate regret to the margins of your story by rewriting the past. Ask yourself if there's any meaning you can mine from these events, urges Fuvish. Then journalize about them in short bouts, just in a few minutes a day, because thinking too much about the past can trigger stress and rumination. Research shows that we get the most benefits from this kind of expressive writing when we use cognitive processive words that show we're reinterpreting an event in a new way, such as I realize, I understand, I think. These prompts allow us to create a revaluation narrative. Sometimes we can analyze rationally. Once you gain some distance and perspective, you'll be able to find the meaning in every chapter and write your next one, confident that you are the true author of your own story. Quick bits, the psychologically news that matters to you. Okay, more quick bits. We love those quick bits. Okay, the way to boost productivity. Here's a reason to take time for your usual morning cup of joe, especially on busy days. Routines help you get more done, says researchers reporting in the Journal of Personal Psychology. They surveyed people 3 times a day for 3 weeks, tracking their routines and their energy levels and productivity and sense of calm, and they found out that people were more anxious, tired, unfocused on days their routines were disrupted. Investigators explain that the routines free the brain from thinking about mundane tasks so you can free up mental energy for checking off your to-dos. Relief from the worry whirl. When it feels hard to cope with uncertainty over how an important project will turn out, try saying to yourself, yes, and fill in the blanks. The cost of the materials is over budget. Yes, and I can call around for discounts. In a study in the Journal of Thinking Skills and Creativity, participants who spent 20 minutes doing improv exercises like this were happier and tolerated uncertainty better than those who didn't do the exercises. The researchers say this strategy promotes creative thinking, helping us build on information with new ideas, becoming more comfortable with the unknown. The unexpected benefit of social media. Posting photos and statuses updates on social media while you celebrate Easter or Passover could help you get in the more joy of the holiday. In the study in the Journal of Marketing, researchers discovered that posting about an event while it was happening increased people's enjoyment of fun times. The investigators say that close attention attendees paid to what was going on around them in order to document it helped them feel more engaged. Best way to reconnect. You've been meaning to answer a friend's email for weeks, but calling her instead will help you feel both more connected, say a scientist at the University of Texas of Austin who asked 200 participants to call or email a friend from the past to reconnect. While folks thought calling would be more awkward, they reported it actually helped them feel closer, and it took them about the same time as emailing. The authors say hearing from the other person's voice establishes a stronger bond rather than written communications. Shortcut to a brighter day. Next time you're in a great mood after enjoying a nature walk, seeing a friend, or getting a gift in the mail, pause to savor that moment and name the feeling with as much specificity as possible. Joy, affectionate, contentment. The reason? Knowing more words to describe happy feelings associated with greater well-being, say researchers at the University of Pittsburgh School of Medicine. After analyzing 35,000 blogs and more than 1,500 stream of conscious pieces, the authors hypotheses the word choice reflect our familiarity with the feeling up or down, as being more fluent in the language of joy correlates with spending more time with feeling those emotions. 48% is the number of people who learned something new about a loved one in the pandemic. The source, reviews.org. Good gravy. I told you this was going to be one of the longer books. Okay. Guyata's Secret to Bliss. Celebrity chef and author Guyata de Laurentiis, 50, shares the wellness strategy that keeps her calm, energized, and confident by Lisa Maxbauer. Whether she's walking her dog or taking a stroll on the beach, busy Food Network star Guyata de Laurentiis makes sure to leave her phone at home. To her, these outings aren't just for exercise, they're for slowing down, she shares with First. After years of non-stop travel, building a food empire, and becoming a single mom, Guyata suffered sinus infections, digestive woes, and fatigue that she says even a triple shot of espresso couldn't cure. On my journey to being 50, it's been a lot of work figuring out how to feel good, she admits. One key, decompressing. Even a 30-second break reboots my system, and now I feel better than I did at 35. Here are her tips staying healthy and happy. Supercharge energy by lying this way. Now, I actually do this, where you take your legs over the side of the chair and you don't sit properly. That used to drive my mom crazy, but I loved to do it when I was younger. It says, lying this way. I'd often feel tired and lightheaded in the afternoon and realized it was because I was not breathing fully, she says, Guyata. So I learned to lie on my back with my knees bent and my feet apart and take deep breaths. It takes 2 minutes and I feel better, and the brain fog disappears. In fact, research shows breathing deeply for 1 minute, keeping your exhale twice as long as your inhale, can sharpen your focus by 50% for a whole entire hour. Now, the radiant secret is olive oil. I make my own face scrub by mixing olive oil and rice flour together, Guyata says. It's my nightly exfoliator. Our skin gets drier as we age, but this makes mine glow, and you can use this pure olive oil on your cuticles. Okay, beat the bloat. Castor oil compress. I've struggled with digestive sensitivity and constipation since childhood, Guyata admits. There were times when the belly bloat limited the way I moved through life, but my daughter's sitter introduced me to this remedy. I saturate a piece of flannel with castor oil and place it on my abdomen for 45 minutes, topping it with a hot water bottle wrapped in a plastic bag to keep it clean. It has seriously detoxifying effect and may also help with circulation, inflammation, and pain. Now I just do it as needed, and it still works wonders. Boost confidence. A mirror pep talk. When I need to be alone, my zen place is my cozy bathroom, Guyata reveals. I sit in front of the vanity and talk to myself in the mirror. I know that sounds weird, but I tell myself, you're strong, you're smart, and you can conquer anything. It makes me feel empowered. Saying those things out loud validates my feelings in a way that saying them internally doesn't. The bonus, hearing the sound of a spoken affirmation helps balance the left and right side of your brain and creates relaxing alpha brain waves. Deepen sleep, the magnesium mix. It's difficult for me to unwind in the end of the day. My mind is still going and still thinking, what did I forget to do? Guyata shares, to relax my muscles and my nervous system, I supplement with a mix of magnesium, calcium lactate, and Mentron, a mineral complex. You know, that moment right before you fall asleep of total relaxation where you almost feel like you're one with the bed, and that's how it makes you feel. It's the complete relaxation that can get you from a hot bath, and it makes you feel better for a better night's sleep ever. My nose is stuffy tonight. I apologize. Check out Guyata's new gut healing cookbook. I remember how 10 years ago I was finally attaining professional success, but a lot of the time I was too depleted to enjoy it, admits Guyata. I relied on my sugar and caffeine to keep my energy up when all I really wanted was the world's longest nap. That's when the chef reminded herself it all starts with food. In her new cookbook, Eat Better, Feel Better, Guyata shares the recipes and the strategies that helped her heal her gut and restore her energy. My goal was to create a sensual experience around healthy food, she says, and these foods will be kinder to your system than anything you can get from a vending machine or a drive-thru. The book also features Guyata's go-to snack. I make an easy 7-ingredient granola, she shares. It has quinoa flakes and maple syrup. I always take it in my bag, or I munch on it with a handful of walnuts, salted almonds, dark chocolate chips, and for an energy kick, let the healing begin. Also, don't miss the Guyata's favorite Easter recipes starting on page 49. Okay, we're moving forward. Okay, now, remember we said there was going to be recipes. I picked out these two recipes right here that I want to share with you. Roasted cheddar potatoes. Active time is 10 minutes. Total time is 1 hour. Serves 6 people. Buttery rich Yukon Gold potatoes topped with melted cheese make an extra special side dish. It takes 1 1/2 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes cut into 1 1/2 pieces, 3 tablespoons of butter, 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1/2 cup shredded cheddar cheese. Only 2 steps. First step, heat your oven to 375 on a large rim baking sheet. Toss your potatoes with butter and oil, garlic powder, 1 teaspoon, salt, and 1/2 teaspoon pepper. Spread out your potatoes in a single layer. Your second and final step, roast your potatoes, tossing occasionally until tender when pierced with fork for about 45 minutes. Sprinkle with cheddar cheese and roast until melted, which takes about 2 minutes. Your per serving is 249. Your protein is 6 grams. Your carb is 35 grams. Your fiber is 4 grams. Your sugar is 2 grams. Cholesterol is 25 milligrams. Sodium 555 milligrams. Total fat 11 grams. Saturated 6 grams. And trans is 0. Now, this is a good recipe too, I thought. Egg nest coconut cupcakes. And Donna needs some water. Egg nest coconut cupcakes. Active time 50 minutes, total time 3 hours. You're going to serve 24 people. Now, these holiday treats are a breeze to whip up with coconut infused cake mix from scratch frosting. Now, this is going to take 3 steps, but it has a lot of ingredients. Okay, your ingredients. 1 15.25 ounce package of white cake mix. 3 egg whites. 1/3 cup oil, 1 teaspoon coconut extract, 8 ounce cream cheese at room temperature, 3/4 cup of confectioner sugar, 2 cups heavy cream, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 4 tablespoons dark chocolate shavings, 72 Easter egg candies such as Cadbury Pastel mini egg candies. Now you're going to heat your oven to 350 degrees. Line 24 muffin cups with cupcake liners. Prepare your cake mix according to the package directions with egg whites, oil, and 1 cup water. Stir in your coconut extract. Divide evenly among the liners. Bake until the toothpick inserted comes out clean, which takes 18 to 20 minutes. Let cool for 10 minutes. Transfer the pans to the racks and let them cool completely. On your second step, on a medium speed, beat your cream cheese and confectioner sugar until smooth. Beat in your heavy cream, then vanilla extract. On medium speed, beat until thick. This takes about 2 minutes. And the third step, if desired, transfer frosting to a pastry bag fitted with 1/2 inch plain tip. Pipe or spoon over cupcake. Sprinkle with dark chocolate shavings and top with candies. Now your per serving, Calories is 263. Protein is 3 grams. Carb 26 grams. Fiber 0. Sugar 18 grams. Cholesterol 33 milligrams. Sodium 173 milligrams. Total fat 17. Saturated 9. Trans fat 0. And that's the ones I picked out from there. And we're moving forward. They've got some really nice things in here that would probably take you, a whole few minutes to whip up if you're creative or if you're good in the kitchen baking. But I just picked out some little things here and there to share with you. On the Hoppy Easter Treats on page 67, this is an Almond Merengue cup. Now the active time is 45 minutes. Total time is 4 hours, and it serves 8 people. You need 3 egg whites, 3/4 cup of superfine granulated sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract, 1 8-ounce frozen whipped cream topping thawed, 2/3 cup of dark chocolate chips melted, 4 ounces, and assorted Easter candy. You're going to heat your oven to 200 degrees. Line your baking sheets with parchment paper. Trace 8 2-inch wide circles on paper. Invert the paper. On medium-high speed, beat your egg whites until soft firm peaks form. Now gradually beat in your sugar until stiff. That takes 5 to 6 minutes. And then beat in the extract. Transfer to the pastry bag, feeded with a star tip. Now starting at the center of each circle, pipe spiral of the meringue. Ending at the edge, pipe 2 rings on the top of each other on the edge to create the side of the cup. Bake until set and dry 1 hour 30 minutes. Turn off your oven, leave in the oven with the door closed 1 hour. Let it cool. Now fold in the topping into the chocolate. Pipe into the meringues with your filled candy. Your per serving is 220 calories. Your protein is 2 grams. Your carb is 32. Your fiber is 0. Your sugar is 29. Your cholesterol is 0. Sodium 21 milligrams, total fat 9, saturated 8, trans 0. White chocolate pudding. Now this sounds really good. Active time is 20 minutes, total time 2.5 hours, serves 4 people. 2 cups of milk, 4 ounces of white chocolate chopped, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Palmier pastries or cookies are optional. In a medium pot, whisk together milk, chocolate, and cornstarch over the medium-low heat. Cook, stirring until chocolate is melted and the mixture is smooth. Increase your heat to medium. Bring it to a boil, stirring constantly. Cook, stirring until thickened, which takes 2 minutes. Remove from heat, stir in your vanilla. Divide among 4 6-ounce glasses. Cover until chill is set, and if desired, serve with the Palmiers or the cookies. Now the Berrylicious variation, for even more scrumptious pudding, substitute the almond or raspberry extract for the vanilla and serve the pudding topped with assorted fresh berries. Now your per serving calories 252, protein is 6 grams, your carbs 28 grams, fiber 0, sugar is 23 grams, cholesterol 18 milligrams, sodium 79, total fat 13, saturated fat 8 grams, and trans fat is 0. We've got more recipes that are adorable on the next page. Absolutely. Okay. Well, I'm not going to share the bottom one because I don't like hazelnut. And if you do, go buy the book. Make it yourself. Chocolate nests. Now, these actually look like little nests inside a cupcake paper. And they've got a little Easter egg, it looks like, in each nest. And then they show a basket, a tiny basket with lots of little Easter eggs. The active time is 30 minutes. Your total time is 1 1/2 hours, and it serves 24 people. 7 ounces of dark chocolate chopped, 2/3 cup chunky peanut butter, 4 cups toasted rice cereal from the 12-ounce package, 24 Jordan almonds, jelly beans, or other assorted egg-shaped Easter candy. Now you're going to line the muffin pans with cupcake liners in a large microwave-safe bowl. And microwave the chocolates in 15-second intervals, stirring until melted and smooth. Let cool slightly. Stir in your peanut butter into the chocolate until blended, and stir in your cereal. Evenly divide your cereal mixture among the muffin cups using the back of the spoon. Make slight indentation in the center of each. Chill until set. This takes about 1 hour. Place your Jordan almond or candies in the center of each and store covered in the refrigerator. And then make them coconutty. Add extra by stirring in half a cup of sweetened flaked coconut into the chocolate peanut butter mixture along with the cereal. Add a sprinkling of coconut to the top of each cup before filling up with candy. Your per serving is 125 milligrams, or 125 is your calories. Your protein is 3 grams. Carbs are 12 grams. Fiber is 1 gram. Sugar 6 grams. Cholesterol 1 milligram. Sodium 61 milligrams your total fat. 7 grams your saturated fat. 2 grams, and your trans is 0. So that's pretty awesome, right? Okay. We're going to stop in that part for tonight and pick it up tomorrow. And that way that'll give us some more of this wonderful book. And I want to start another wonderful book with you right now. So stay tuned for that. But I wanted to get a good head start on this magazine because I knew there's so many points of light that I wanted to share with you. I'm glad we got a good start. So don't go anywhere. We're going to share some more points of light from something else next.